That's how you get a beautiful, light, sort of airy, crispy Yorkshire pudding. Bună ziua, people. Apologies if like I'm sound a bit bunged up, a bit nasally. I'm just kind of coming out of the other end of like some cold sort of thing. Nothing serious, just a bit wheezy. But anyway, on to the video. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be starting a new kitchen basics series, a new kitchen basics playlist. I've kind of dabbled with, like in this in the past, done bits and pieces, but I want to make more videos on this topic. So I'm going to do like a proper playlist. I'm going to reorganise it, make it all nice and everything. But this is the first one in the new series. So I'm going to show you how to make a proper Yorkshire pudding. I have done a video on this like 7 years ago, back when I first started the channel, but that video, yeah, it's cringe as hell, man. All right, so I'm going to redo it, refresh it, make it a bit more slick, hopefully. But the secret to this is you don't need to measure anything out. That is the key to this recipe. So if you want to learn how to make Yorkshire puddings properly, I mean, you'll be watching this on a Sunday afternoon at 12, so you can even make these today after this video for your Sunday lunch. And watch the video all the way through, and then at the end, you'll know how to make perfect, crispy, fluffy, light, delicious Yorkshire puds.
Welcome to Kitchen Basics with Adam.
So step one, equipment-wise, what do you need? So you want a jug, like that, for pouring, a mixing bowl of your choice, obviously a whisk. You need a glass or mug, roughly this sort of size. You don't have to have this exact one. And of course you want your Yorkshire pudding tray, or muffin tray I think this is. It doesn't really matter, just something that looks like that. Some might be saying, oh, that's dirty, Adam. Oh, it's filthy. It's not filthy, it's just used. The ingredients for your Yorkshire pudding are displayed rather nicely here. So we've got some plain flour, or all-purpose flour if you're in the States. Eggs, obviously we're going to use more than one egg, but this is just representative of what we need. Full fat milk. None of your stupid, why are you going? Why are you going over there? Stay where I put you. No? No? Okay, you do what you want. Full fat milk. None of your semi-skim, skim nonsense. You want full fat, delicious cow titty juice. Salt and pepper, which is represented here by our friend Pierre. And of course your fat. Now here I'm using beef dripping. Why? Because it's delicious. But you can use like sunflower or veg oil if you want. So this is all you need to make a basic Yorkshire pudding mix. But it's how we put it together, which is the most important step. Step one then is take your glass and we're going to fill it up with our plain flour right to the top. You will inevitably get some of this all over the place, because I usually do. It doesn't matter, you can just clean it up, it's fine. And then plop that straight into your mixing bowl, just like so. Step two is take the same glass that you just used for the flour, and we're going to crack in some eggs. You don't have to count the eggs, okay, just enough until you fill it up again, just as you did with the flour. But I use this glass all the time for my mix, so I know really how many it's going to take. And that's 5 eggs. Okay, so you fill that up, look at that, perfect. No counting, no weighing, nothing. Just as many eggs as you need to fill that glass up. And then wedge that in with your flour. In they go. Okay, step 3, take the glass again and fill it up with your full fat milk. We're not going to add this to the flour just yet, but we're just going to get it ready. So straight to the top again, just like before. Now, step 4, you want to take your egg and flour mixture there, if you can see. All right, take your whisk and start mixing that into a nice thick paste. Don't worry too much about lumps, it really doesn't matter at this stage. In fact, if you've got a few little lumps in there, it's just going to add texture to the finished Yorkshire pudding, so don't fuss. I like mine quite smooth, so it's just personal preference really. Just keep going, it doesn't take long, it will come together like super quick, till you've got a thick, gloopy paste like that. Perfect. Step 5, go in with your milk. Just flop it straight in, no fussing. So try not to spill it. And again, just whisk that through until it's like the consistency of like, well, sort of single cream really. Until the batter mix should just sort of lightly coat the back of the spoon, just like that. That's when you know you've got the right consistency. And seasoning wise, I'm just going to add a little bit of pepper. No salt, no salt under any circumstances at this stage. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Okay, so a good pinch of pepper in there. Final mix. Then just take your jug and we're going to decant that mix straight into it. Now you want to take your batter mix and pop that in the fridge for at least half an hour, just so it gets time to relax, just settle down, calm down before you use it. I mean, you can leave it in there up until you need it. It doesn't have to be exactly half an hour, but half an hour is a good time to leave it for. It's about 5 minutes before you're ready to cook your Yorkshire puddings. You want to get your oven nice and preheated. So 220 degrees Celsius fan assisted, I'd say about 240 non-fan assisted. I don't know what gas mark that is, but I'll put it up on the screen for your information. So whilst that's preheating, we'll go on to our next step. I can't remember what number step this flipping is, I've lost count. Okay, right, but you get the picture. So I've got my beef fat here, my beef dripping or beef tallow. How do I get into this bitch? And I'm going to add about a teaspoon's worth of fat to each cup. Next thing I'm going to do is get the batter out of the fridge. It's nicely rested. And I'm also going to get my tray in this oven as it's getting nice and hot. Okay, because you want to melt the fat and get it nice and hot before we add the batter. Also, make sure you've got something right close to your oven door. Okay, my oven's here. I've got a nice thick chopping board here, so we can kind of transfer everything nice and easily to and from the oven. You don't want to be like carrying it all the way over here and fat getting everywhere. You're going to burn yourself, so get something nice and close to the oven. Now remember when I said earlier with our batter not to add the salt straight away. Okay, we're going to add it now, but the reason you don't add it straight away is salt breaks down egg whites. It makes them a bit more liquid, a bit more runny, and that's great if you're like breadcrumbing something and you want your egg mixture to be kind of loose. But with this, you don't want that. If you add the salt too early, it's going to start breaking the egg white down and you're not going to get enough of a rise. Okay, but we're going to add it just before we add it to the pan. So a good pinch or two of salt. You give that a final whisk. Okay, so once the fat is melted, it's got nice and hot, you'll know when it's ready because you'll see it kind of shimmering, and obviously it will start smoking a bit when you open the door. So get this out, pop it onto the board, and then start adding your batter to the dishes. You want to fill it sort of about halfway up, something like that. You should start to see it sizzle a little bit. Mine isn't doing so much because I've also been filming, so it's kind of like cooled down a little bit, but you'll see it kind of sizzle a little bit. And then get that straight back in the oven quickly as possible. Get that in there and shut the door. Don't be tempted to like check it every 5 minutes. Don't keep opening the door, just leave it as it is for like, I'd say 20 minutes, all right? After about 15 minutes, you're kind of in safe territory. You can sort of check it and stuff, but just leave it alone. Biggest mistake people make is keep opening that flipping door because that's where you lose the heat and that's where you'll lose the rise, okay? They'll just go. And I haven't used all the batter, but don't worry because I'm going to do another batch after this. If you want less batter, just use a smaller vessel. You know, use like a smaller glass like that. Okay, and you'll get less batter if you don't need it. But if you make a batch of them, cool them down, you can freeze what you don't use. Okay, and you can have them another day then. Simple, isn't it? Should I drink that? No, it's not a good idea. And really it's just a case of waiting, right? You need some patience. Okay, you're going to look after this like a newborn baby. Okay, so it's been like 15 minutes or so. These suckers are done. It will depend on your oven how long they take, but these are done. Let's get these out. Just pop them onto a bit of kitchen paper just to drain off any of that excess oil off the bottom. And it's as easy as that. That's how you get a beautiful, light, sort of airy, crispy Yorkshire pudding. Look at this. Delicious. And they'll go perfect with your Sunday dinner. Like your roast beef or whatever. Some people go, oh yeah, Yorkshire pudding only with like beef. No, Yorkshire pudding's with everything. Heck, I've filled these suckers with like ice cream and flipping chocolate sauce before and had them as a dessert. They're good like that too. So that's episode 1 of my new Kitchen Basics playlist. If you've got any other ideas of stuff you want to know, want to learn, little tips, tricks, simple little recipes like this, drop them in the comments below. I'll make like a pinned comment. If you reply to that stuff that you want me to show you how to do in another video, drop it down there. But listen, I'm going to shoot off because I'm flipping sweating in this kitchen. It's a hot oven. If you enjoyed the video, stick a like down below, comment as well, and don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you hit the little bell icon as well because then you'll get notified when I upload. And I'll see your gorgeous faces next time, and bye for now.